presence of the Almighty God in our midst.
The Pod.
of the Eastern Regional the Education Directorates, the Municipal Chief Executive, Municipal Education Director, the Omahene, the chairperson, the management, teachers, students, and all protocols observed. You are all welcome today to Sectech Deaf and Demonstration Basic School for the Deaf. Today, we are so grateful and joyful for having a special farm which we all call greenhouse. Those projects was made through by Professor Christopher Godwin. We all say thank you, Prof, for bringing this project to us. It is my pleasure to welcome you all as we gather here today for the handing over ceremony of our greenhouse projects. This facility is a valuable addition to our school and it will help provide a healthy and practical farm to the students, both the students, teachers, and everybody that comes around the school. On behalf of the school management, we say thank you and welcome to this our wonderful community. We would like to express our sincere gratitude to all those who contributed to making those projects a reality. Your support and commitment will have a lasting impact, and students are going to greatly benefit from this project. It will help serve as a future farm learning or farm produce to all our students. That will help them know what farm is and what we use this project for. It will also help us, our students and everyone around, to learn those so that we all learn and produce it or help to do other projects like farming in our communities. We assure you that the greenhouse garden will be beneficial to the school and to the community at large, as we shall also invite other people from the community to come and have a look at it and learn it. On behalf of the Board of Governors, Management Units, staff and students of Senior High Technical School and Demonstration School for the Deaf, we respectfully say thank you very much. Our main request is that we need a supportive borehole. Our borehole we are using now is not very strong, so we need a supportive borehole from the givers. Thank you very much for bringing this project to our community, and we continue to say God bless you.
Let's appreciate it.
Well, good morning to everybody here. I have a confession. I tried to learn a few sign language movements so I could say good morning and hello, but it's not so easy. I could not learn it in time. I'd like to start my comment by saying a little bit about the University of Ghana. University of Ghana has a strategic plan, and among the core elements is the fact that the plan is anchored in sustainability, diversity, and inclusion. That means no one should be left behind. We are also very interested in having impact on community. By doing that, we know we are not just a university for book learning, but a university that will help transform Ghana in its quest for development. The Africa Climate Collaborative is made up of 4 universities: the University of Ghana, the University of Cambridge in the UK, Makerere University in Uganda, and the University of Cape Town in South Africa. What we want to do as a collaborative is to strengthen African countries' ability to transition to a green economy by creating new jobs for young people. We have as our key objective is to foster the next generation of climate researchers and scientists, promote high-quality research, catalyze change through networks, policy, and learning, and spur climate resilience by increasing innovation and entrepreneurship. Underpinning all these objectives, we have a very strong gender, disability, and social inclusion as a main factor. So what do we want to do in terms of impact? We want to reach out to 1 million young people in the project period, which will end in 2032. We are training about 250 graduate students. We are doing training and short courses for academics and administrators with a focus on industry. We want to engage over 800,000 young people through technical working groups, mentorship, and inclusion of marginalized communities. And most important, we want to support 4,000 individuals involved in climate smart hubs and startups, including grants for prototypes and innovation. So, how are we doing this? We are working in partnership with the MasterCard Foundation, who have given us a very generous grant of $28.4 million US. We are funding students, PhD students from Ghana, over $50,000 each. People from the sub-region, over 100,000 each. We are funding master students, also over 10,000 and almost 30,000 for regional. The Catalyst Research grants run from 10,000 to 25,000. We have a very strong focus on women. 70% of the funding is targeted for female participants. We have another 10% for people who are refugees and another 20% for people living with disability. So as you could see, those of you who fall within our age range between now and 2032, that is between 18 years and 35 years, there's an opportunity here if you have a good idea on some sort of business that you want to do. And we will be reaching out to your organization, madam, to see how we can support you in doing this. We also know that each district has a requirement to employ people with disability or differently abled. And we will help give targeted training on climate and sustainability to these people to help upgrade their skills. I think, given that we have started a little late, I'll end my remarks here. So I thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, MC. Anahimia, who doubles as the chairperson for this program. I pray you to stand on the existing protocol to continue. Thank you very much. I'm highly honored to stand here today on behalf of the Akuapem North Municipal Education Directorate as we celebrate World Environment Day 2026 under the timely theme inspired by nature for climate for our future. And we are excited to officially launch the greenhouse project here. Distinguished guests, this project has come at the right time. Currently, the Ministry of Education, and for that matter, Ghana Education Service, is strongly encouraging schools across the nation to venture into farming and school gardening. This initiative is a perfect example of the national vision in action. The Directorate recognizes the greenhouse as a good project that will bring many benefits to the school. Beyond protecting the environment, it provides our students, especially those with special needs, with great hands-on practical skills and future employment opportunities. From an integrative standpoint, the project is a major relief by encouraging students in the production of their own food. It will assist the school in cutting down expenses and reducing overall operational costs. In addition to this, the organic nature of this greenhouse will provide the health and well-being of the students, staff, and the entire school community by providing fresh, chemical-free, and nutritious food. Ladies and gentlemen, the Directorate considers this project a gesture of kindness from the African Climate Collaborative and the University of Ghana. On behalf of the Directorate, we want to express our deepest appreciation. However, Anahimia, we also want to throw out a passionate appeal. It is our hope that this brilliant initiative can be replicated in other schools across our municipality so that more students can benefit. On that note, I want to thank you all, and may this project yield a beautiful and sustainable future for our community. Thank you.
talking about the environment. And the theme says, inspired. The word inspiration is what we should all dwell on to take care of the environment. Because if they build this greenhouses all over the country and we are not inspired by nature, what the Almighty has given us, it will come to naught. There are inspirational songs that growing up we sang in schools and in gatherings, and we soak ourselves in the lyrics. One of them is Yanara Assassini Eyabo Dende Mayen Ojana Nanu Shegui Nadeto Ho Mayen Edumene Wososo Sayebe Yebiatraso Nimdiatraso Kutum Kranina Pesemi Kumina Ediem Bremudama Yassasimudo Atuse Omeyi Sebeyeyo Omeyi Seriyeyo Eya Sena Hose Omafo Bra Letre. God gave us a beautiful environment and everything by human activity. So Omeyi Sebeyeyo Omeyi Seriyeyo dwells on you and me. Speakers have said a lot about the environment, the pollution, the plastic waste, the deforestation, name them. I'm pleading that we all take inspiration from what nature has given us and soak ourselves in our patriotic songs so that we know that this is the only land that we have. We only have one Ghana. We have only one Ghana climate. We have only one Ghana environment. Without taking much of your time, I'm glad that I chair this function, and that's my closing remarks. Thank you very much.
So we have this material, this is our compost, and then the potting soil, and that's the cocoa. So we have these are the media that we make. So this is just to show you how we are going to make it. So this is the mixing of the two. So for example, this line is going to take about 42 buckets times 9 lines. Then the other side will take 46 buckets times 9 lines. So that's what is going to happen. Wow. They're going to have that. It's a bank population. Yes, bank population. And you have our irrigation facility outside. By just opening a valve there, you can see these are the drippers here. So the bucket will place there. So there's no need to come and water. Once you open it, you just water for you. And then fertilization will be put inside the tank. So when you open it, so there's no need for a student to come in and apply fertilizer or something. You just have to open a valve and then as you water. So we are doing what we call the constant feeding, whereby you don't have to apply and then you do it for about 2 weeks, come and apply again. So every time you are getting some water. So whenever if I should put 1,000 kg into this, when I give 1 liter, I'm giving 1 gram. 1 kg, I'm giving 1 gram. So 1 kg is 2,000 grams. So when I'm giving 1 liter, I'm giving 1 gram for each for an hour watering. That's what I'm trying to do. So that is it. So if anybody has something to say.
So my question is, after each maturity period or cycle, like the tomatoes, the pepper, wow, are you going to weigh?
It's all right. It's all year round.
So what he is asking is, let's say the first 3 months, the tomato is ready. When you start harvesting, you are going to replant.
Yeah, they are going to replant. So always,
It's not a one-off
So it's not one of things. So what is going to happen is that, as I initially said, we try giving them a lot of seeds that they can plant. Some of the seeds are 560, some of them are 10 grams. This is a lot in it. So when it gets into that period, then you can start next. So once this one is done, they can bring it on board.
So you can change the type.
Yeah, you can change the type of crop.
It shouldn't be always.
No, it shouldn't be always, but then definitely you have to look at the economics of whatever you can get. Because let's say if you are doing cabbage, it's 1 head. You take 1 head, you are out of it. With tomatoes, some of them come with plastic. So you are sure of getting more than getting. So if you come to cabbage and the rest of them, I advise you do it outside. Even Oko can withstand the outside condition. But some of the crops, when you do it inside, you benefit more. So that's the main reason for the greenhouse. But people want to do Oko, they either do Oko, they do other things, and then you can do that. But when it comes to leafy vegetables, because that's those, especially the lettuce and the rest, it's just 1 month crop or something after transplanting. So why do you want to do it in such a structure? If not, then when you have that one, you can stack it. You can have more plants, and because the spacing here is about 1 meter, which is too much for lettuce. So definitely we do the crop that is spacing of it.
My question goes to the organizers. When Prof was talking, I heard him say there's a percentage for women. How do we assess that?
And that one is for the
Oh,
climate collaboration.
my question comes to you. I heard that there's a percentage for women. How do we assess it so that we can form a women's group and then we also have this structure and we also try to
So from the African climate,
solve the hunger problem?
from the African climate collaborative, we are really interested in young people within the ages of 18 to 35.
Oh, Timberwa, the young count.
And I know
Within
what
this
is
18 to 35,
All right.
whatever number you get, 70% of them are supposed to be women.
Okay.
So we are really interested in women, and 10% are supposed to be persons with disability. So as we are starting this pilot project, we are starting with the tech and the demo.
Okay.
We'll make sure that consistently, at least we should be able to train 100 students using this facility. Then we can open it to the community.
Okay.
But when we open it to the community, we are most interested in the young ladies coming to learn. Once they learn this, they can now escalate it to whatever they want to do, whether they want to do personal farming or they want to learn sustainable agriculture at the university, which will be ready for them. So for old women, for now, no. But the young women, they are the future generations of Ghana. So those are the people.
Thank you. Since I said this thing last week in Akuapem, oftentimes we think about the students. How about those school dropouts who sell in the streets and other? Can we bring them together under that age bracket?
Yes, everybody. Everybody is.
Because you said they should be learning the
The pod.
So we also put school now. We have one man for school. So we also outside school, so the opportunity is there.
Question answered. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.